Clap it again for Cloud. Clap it up. Yo, we were like, yo, Cloud, you going at the end. He said, hold my beer. Yo, so you guys want to talk to these poets? You guys want to talk to these poets? Do you guys want to hear some of these poets? All right, cool. Guys, let me get these chairs back here. I need these chairs. Bring them up for me, please. And we're going to talk to these poets real quick. I don't know why you sat in that chair. You can help. You help work. Put them up here. Yeah, I need all of them. Yeah, I need 5 chairs. Yeah, I need all of the chairs. Thank you. Roll it down that way. Let me get that one. Nah, that's what we're doing. Where's the other mic, Gordon? Sorry. Cool. Oh. Yeah, he said keep writing. That's crazy.
You got it.
Storyteller.
Yo, clap, yo, hold up, yo. Story, hurry up. Please, sir. Please, I appreciate it. Nah, I was about to say everyone clap it up, but you're not up here to get the clap up. Yo, once again, everyone clap it up for all these poets. Oh. First and foremost, I just want to say I thank you for you guys being here. You have bore witness to an amazing set of stories, and not just individual stories, but stories that were storied together, and that's just a craft. And I'm glad to have been a part of that. So, I'm gonna start with a question that's for everyone, and anyone can answer. Everyone can answer, but I also have some questions that are directed to some people in particular, but also other people can feedback off of them as well. All right. So, in the broad sense, all good poets and writers are storytellers, but I think we can all agree there are poets who are particularly good at poems that specifically tell stories. So, what do you consider a storytelling poet, and are you one? Or why do you feel like you're one?
I definitely think I am one, and I think it's all in the format. I don't want to get to talking about the rest of their work, but they're so complimentary of every artist up here. But the introduction, the rising action, the conflict, the falling action, just understanding what it takes to put a story together and how you deliver that story. I think while everyone has a story to tell, I think doing it this way, narrative, or whether you're using music or whether you're just reciting that, I think everyone up here has their own individual talent, how they put those stories together. Please turn the lights back on.
You got you. Anyone else got something else to add to that? Now I got a question for everyone. If people can skip questions, it's fine.
Basically what he said.
That was crazy. That was. Yo, for real.
Okay, great. So, hi. I think that a part of great storytelling is like your narrative, right? You don't want to be like, okay, I have this. You can start out with a really great concept, but if there's not story building, if you're not, really painting the picture, because you may have lived it, but the other people in the crowd, like you guys, haven't. So it's like, how do I get them to relate to me in more than, just me putting words together that rhyme? Like, you have to, it's like the music you listen to. So that's how I approach my art. And then it's more so, how can I explain the situation in a way that hasn't been done before? And not only that, but what words can I use that I've never used before? So that's a part of it too.
All right, okay. Oh, you go ahead.
And just trying to be wary of the time that you're on that stage. You don't want to make the story too long with too much detail. you don't want to make it too short with too little detail. You gotta leave room for imagination and let them put the
My,
story
my
together.
man did a 9-minute story, and the first thing he says is, "You don't want to make it too long." All right, all right, all right. So I have some particularly targeted questions, and some of these people might be able to piggyback on. But I want to start with you, Story. So, all right. Though you and I, conceived this particular event together at one of my events, you had already been working on this. You had just launched. So that conversation you and I had was in February, and because I don't pay attention, I didn't know you had already did your thing in January. From what you envisioned this platform, an evening with storytellers, to be, right? One, what was your vision? And two, now that we're the third session in, how do you feel like it's matching or exceeding or changing and evolving from what your vision was?
First off, I gotta say thank you to the artists Anubis for, there's a level of synergy when you're moving correctly. And when you find out what you really want to do, you're going to run into people that have a similar vision and want to help you along the way. And that's exactly what happened. It was the most organic exchange. So I'm thankful for that. But essentially, this is what I wanted to do. I think poetry has reached a place where a lot of platforms are very popular for what they do, whether it's an open mic, whether it's a slam. But I think we're entering a new outlet when we're seeing TED Talks and we see storytellers on stage and we see people give narratives, and poets are so amazing at what they do on a stage, but we don't do it for long enough. I wanted to give artists a platform where they could have 15 to 20-minute sets to really be able to build a story, a narrative, and create an energy for an audience to enjoy that. And I don't think it's been culminated in front of an audience like this until tonight properly. My last two shows was amazing, but if nobody's here to see it, when we have Yogi John and when we have Jay Rose, but partnering with the Harlem Bomb Shelter and having this amazing collection of poets, this was truly an amazing night.
So my next question is for Poetic, and it was the hard thing is you were the hardest for me to come up with a question with, because I don't have any questions personally for you, because I've literally been with you for the last 10, 11 years, right? But I did think of one that I think is interesting. I think everyone else might want to know. So for those of you, raise your hands, first time being in a performance with Poetic Boy D. Come, oh, yo. All right, some of your hands are accurate. Some people just being annoying. All right. So for those of you who don't know, he did a lot of music pieces, but you do almost equally pieces that are just poetry and some that are music. But you, in both, do storytelling. So what I would like to know is, what is the difference in telling stories in those two formats, both as you as creating the story, but also in how they're received?
Right, I'm like, damn. Hold on, run it back.
Right. So, how is the difference for you as creating the stories between the mediums of poetry versus music, and how is the difference in how they are received?
Okay. Damn. Okay, let's focus on. So it was a loaded question. With how it's received, I feel like the difference with. I feel like the poetry is received better. The poetry is always received better than the music, and I feel like I try to keep the same. When I'm writing, I'm trying to keep it similar to how I'm going about my poetry, because I want to still be me. Like, I don't want to steer away from that. I don't want to try to be like anyone else. So, but I think I answered your question, at least for that part. It's definitely received better poetry, because it's slowed down. The music is not distracting you. I'm not, you know what I mean? You're solely focused on, like, not if I'm like rhyming to a beat or anything like that. The flow, you don't need the flow, because it's, you know what I mean, poetry. So I would say poetry's received better. You said writing?
Yeah, but as you're writing it, how do you attack writing the story differently, or do you?
I would say I don't I would say I go about it the same way. I would say I rap really fast. Well, I try to rap really fast. So I know a lot of things go like really quick when people are listening. But if I slowed it down, like if you really like streamed it or something like that, I think you would see that they both balance out equally. Sorry if I didn't answer the question.
No,
the way
that,
you-
it does. It does. It does. All right. Yeah. Give it up. All right. So, Sharice, for you, I actually have two questions, and I have two questions because of my desire to evolve as a man, right? Because my first question, I feel like it's too cliche for me to ask the one woman, but I need to have the answer. So I have a second question for you that is not that. My first question is this. And it's what I was like, dude, I'm sure that every time a woman is a poet, they always get this question. I want to know the answer. That's why I'm asking. In at least in this show, it is a male-dominated show, right? So I wonder, what is it like? For one, do you feel like the poetry scene is male-dominated? And then how does that affect your craft?
It doesn't.
That answers that question. There you go. Yeah.
No, like, I didn't mean to sound like arrogant, but
No. That's the
it
answer.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I've written from both sides of the spectrum, which I feel like everybody up here can do. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I remember, and I don't see her in here. She was in here somewhere, but J Rose was in here, and I don't know why I can't see her. She's
behind this pillar.
I can't see her, but like, so I remember, like, what was that? Before the world shut down. I drove all the way up here to do my first show with OMR, and do you be quiet? It wasn't 6 a.m. It was, now that we think about it, it was like a hot 5. But I remember just thinking, like, male or female, if you think you good, go to New York. Like, that was just my move at the moment, and like my mindset. And it was like, in the arena that you're in right now, you think you good. Other people have told you good, but if you really want to test that, go to New York. And so that's what I did. So to like answer your question again, whether it was male or female, it was like, I could have been a cat for all of that. Like, I just wanted to know, like, okay, I'm going to go out here and either, this is going to go one or two ways. They going to either love me, or that's the space where they going to be like, stay your ass in Ohio. I'm sorry, language. But they going to be like, listen, stay where you at. But I had to do that. And so, again, when I saw this lineup, I was like, okay. All right. Like, y'all are trying to really test me. And so, if anything, it makes me go harder because I know what they're all capable of.
Right.
And you don't want to be, the only female in the lineup that comes up here and talks about roses are red and all that frou-frou stuff. Like, so... I don't know if that answers your question.
No. I mean, it. First of all, you answered it with that first thing, like it doesn't, and you body that on the top of that. And I had to ask, because so those you don't know, right? We've been working on this for a couple of months, so we created a group chat, and as group chats go, us guys are idiots, right? And we are very much. And every once in a while, I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I want what it is like, and that's why I had to ask. The funny thing was, I wrote in the group chat today that I wasn't coming, and she was the first one to respond, like, yo, what's happening? And I'm like, yo, I'm just bugging. I wanted to annoy everyone else in the chat. I didn't want to annoy you. So it's just like, so as me not being a guy, not being a woman, I'm like, I wonder what it's like, right? So I was like, I have to ask. But I also feel like that's so cliche that I had a second question for you. All right, and here's mine. All right, so you told stories. A lot of the way you told the story and connecting it, you did it in third person. But the actual stories you told were first person. So my question to you is, how much of your stories is based on true life, and how much is a matter of storytelling technique, where I just want to tell a poem? And then how you balance that?
It's just mine. No, what's funny about that, so my sister, isn't a poet at all. She's an art, like she draws, but when it comes to writing, like that's my wheelhouse. And it was funny because on my way flying in, she was like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm walking through the airport. Like, I can't run through my set with you right now. Like, and I was like, I'll send them to you in the order that I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna explain the concept, but I want you to pick apart, you know, what you think I'm talking about. And it was just really dope for her, like, to hear her be like, wait, what? What did you just say? And what you did, so, for example, I'll point out, like, a lot of the things I say are easier translated on paper, because when they're on paper, you can see, like, in the poem post, like, the nouns that, I mean, the vowels that I use are O-U-I, and that spells out we, which is yes in French. But you don't know that unless you're really listening to me or unless you read it on paper. And like in the White Rabbit, like instantly she was like, oh, this is an Alice in Wonderland reference, because she knows how I feel about that. But then again, in the story, like I basically took apart time. But in doing that, I also, like on paper, towards the end, you could see that the beginning of every letter on each stanza spells out PEMDAS, which is the order of operations.
First of all, let me just tell you, I already told her. So there's an element called extended metaphor for those you don't know, right? Extended metaphor is when you take a metaphor and you take it throughout the poem from multiple sections. So I already told her that so that's my favorite technique. And I told her extended metaphor is crazy. So now for you to tell me that your math extended metaphor also had an acronym in it, I'm done. I'm done.
That's what I think about when I like going back to language, like and writing stories. And so it's like, so that, yes, it's like I broke down the entire order of operations, which is PEMDAS. I mean, everybody went to school, I hope. But then like in like Muse, Constantinople, that was like the capital of Rome. If like I love Greek mythology, but like the fall of Rome and going back to like, you know, I constructed these walls only to help you break them down. Like it just, and then you reference Apollo, who's a Greek god, and Achilles, who died by getting an arrow shot through his heel. Like it's so many layers. So like, I'm sorry. Come on but now, like, bro. No, but to answer your question, so that's how I go. That's how I go about it. It's like, I want you to sit out here and actually listen, because it's like, wait, hold on, like, yeah, you're shouting, you know, run that back or whatever, but did you actually hear what I was saying? Because there's a lot of people take like,
I heard every word.
like, oh my gosh, she said she was wet, but do you know why I said it?
Right.
Like, do you know what I was referencing to? Like, yeah, you're gonna take it for face value and be like, oh, she. But then like when you dissect it, it's like, oh, all right. I've never had, you know, insert word like that before, but that's why. So again, I don't know if
I'm listen, yeah, you answered a lot. We went to school just now. Not yet, hold on, I got one more question here. All right, so this is my favorite question. This is for Cloud, all right? All right, so you're relatively new to this particular community, right? And you have had, and though, I mean, it's obvious by the shirts I have to look at. First of all, let me tell you, my team is not wearing my shirts, they're wearing Cloud shirts. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. That said, I wrote this question before that happened, so it's not a hater question. It's a real question. It's gonna sound like it is a hater question, but no, it's a real question. I'm very curious about what your answer is to this. So, relatively new, and your star has risen super fast and in a great way, an amazing way. So from your observations and from the people you admire, what is it that you feel it takes to go from being a moment to a monument?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
So, being relatively new to the poetry community in this particular way, right? with your observations and from the people that you look up to, what do you feel it takes from going to just being a moment to becoming a monument?
It just takes dedication, persistence, and just the will to really do it. Being new, like I was just trying to go hit every open mic I could. I'm a fast learner, so I watched a lot of work, and I know what I heard. So I'm like, if somebody said this, I would go crazy. So let me write it down and let me go out there and perform it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just takes dedication, drive, persistence, and the will to do it. I didn't expect it to happen as fast as it did, but it's there. We here, and it's only up from here. Yeah.
All right, only up from here. Give him a hand, give him a hand. All right, yeah, so we got a little bit of time, so I'm going to take 3 questions, all right? 3 questions. Rome, your hand was up first. You still got your hand up? All right, and then I'm going to come over here next, all right? And then anything in this section? I don't see your hand. I'm going to come back after that. The same section. All right,
Same.
go ahead.
Me. Oh shit.
You said when you read it on paper. So my question is it available?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. So I know, right? Listen, we know you a poet too. It's fine. So yes, it will be. That is currently what I'm doing now. And I actually said that I would do a decoded version of my work because, again, like, I'm sorry. Yes, because love him. But again, like, I feel like when you perform something, again, like the audience is getting one thing from it. But when you have time to sit down and read it and dissect it, they're still going to take it for what they think it is because it's subjective. But if you tell them, like, no, this is what I meant here, it's like, oh, like, oh my God, that's what she was talking about. So yes, it will be available before the end of the year.
Clap it up, clap it up. All right, you had a question over here. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, very well, you start.
Yo.
Run that back. Hold on, I feel like we only heard the first half. Was that the full question?
So, listen, no. What does it look like? It looks like, what's the word I'm looking for? It looks confusing, I'm gonna be honest, because it's hard to tell when someone's trying to be cool with you because they think you're really a dope poet and like they want to work with you or like the way you perform on stage and want to find out the other way you perform, but. So yeah, you never know which is which. What's a genuine connection or what's like a connection to try to, basically get flued out. Yeah. So to answer your question, a lot, but I can't involve myself in none of that stuff. So I stay, yeah, dope. Yeah.
No, you got the microphone. Go ahead.
None. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of men hear like asphyxiation. They hear the poem that D and I started with, and it's like offensive, and I don't understand because it's like, oh, I want to come to the show, but are you going to do that poem tonight? I don't want to hear that. Well, one, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you. So what's the issue? But it's like, it's almost like hearing a woman say those things is like, you shouldn't say that. And it sounds like you're broadcasting X, Y, and Z. So like, it's a turnoff, which works for me. I don't want you anyway. So it kind of works, but no, none.
First of all, I already know the answer to this question, so don't lie.
None.
Bullshit.
You knew I was going to answer that question.
Nah, I know.
I was going to pass this mic, man.
I was listen. I can write a poem. No, never mind.
Chill. It is such an interesting. That is.
I don't believe.
It's such an interesting thing to think about because it's literally like I've had interactions where I'm like, oh, okay, like you don't care about that poem at all, you know, like really, like come up to me, give me this whole spiel, and I'm like, but she ain't mentioned nothing from the poem. It's like you, like you know, I was like. All right, so it's interesting. It happens. It definitely does happen. It's one of those things that I kind of just brush to the side because I feel like it's not real. It's not real. It's like I'm gonna do a poem next week and you're not gonna like it, and then what? You know what I mean? So it happens though. It definitely does happen. I was gonna say no. I was.
Wow. So hey, yo, so you say it. So you say it. Nah, you sure, bro? You sure? Nah, honestly, it's all about connectivity.
No. Not everyone disrespected it with a laugh. It's crazy. Yo, why y'all laughing when he said that? Yo, why?
I don't even know. I don't even.
Hold it down. Go ahead. Let's talk about the connectivity. I'm listening.
It's all about connectivity. Like that's a way that they want to feel like they connected with your work. But like Poetic Boy D said, a lot of the times it's not real. It's not real. And as a gentleman, I want to say this. It's twofold. It's one way when it hits you in person, because a lot of women are not bold enough to really just come out in front of you and what is she really going to say? Like, she's not really going to, most women are not going to be that forward. They might be like suggestive, but they're not going to be that forward. So if you want to get away from it, it's an easy swim move. It's easy to get away from. Now on the internet, in the DMs, that gets a little crazy. It gets, whoa. The DMs might get a little crazy, you know, in terms of how they interact there, because there's a medium where they feel protected. So they might feel a little bit more aggressive, but like in person, like, they're just gonna come up to you and say, I really like what you did, and where can I follow you? And I really liked your work. They might get a little handsy, but it's all good. Like, you know what I'm saying? That comes with being attractive and understanding that what you said on the stage was compelling. So, that's a way that you connect with the people. Like, I don't take offense to that. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
All right, so.
Oh, yeah, so 2 hands full. How much ass get thrown at me? 2 hands full.
All right, we're short of time, and I wanted a different section, and I saw, okay, I'm gonna take 2 more questions. I'm gonna get right here. We're gonna see what the time is. So, like, one here, then I'll see about coming back to a section I came to. Go ahead, Montreal.
Basically, enjoyments, fulfillments, or other type of therapies you guys enjoy outside of it.
That's a real last question. I like that.
I play 2K, bro. I play 2K. I started going to the gym. Well strong, right? Well strong. Jerome tells me to go to the gym. You see why. But I play 2K. I go to the gym. Those things make me happy outside of poetry. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Hanging out with my friends.
I'm in real therapy, so, Speak to someone else when your life really gets real. That is absolutely helpful. But I got to take this time to plug this space, this location, the Gentleman's Factory, because this is some of my therapy too. A lot of times I hang out here. I meet other black entrepreneurs and great spirits and great people. I build myself and build my character. That got to be part of your daily routine too. So outside of the poetry, I'm a person, and I just build and work on myself.
You don't got to. You don't got
No, same thing with D say. I got him on PlayStation actually. We friends on there. We play video games, yo. That's it. Outside, what else I do? Yo, I just be playing video games, yo. Fighting games. Add me. Yo, it's money match, all that. Yeah. Yo, he still got a
You taking it? You don't have to take it. Are you taking it?
Shut your mouth.
everything though.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
You answering this one? You don't have to.
I go to the gym.
Okay.
I read a lot. I play video games. So, yeah, you didn't ask. Cook. I do cook too. There you go. You shut up.
I'm so sorry. I will never do this to you again. I will balance it out better because we are a mess.
Okay, great.
Yeah. All right. So, how are we on? You gotta let me know what time. We'll do one more. All right, cool. All right. So I got good for 3 more? All right, cool. So right here, there we go.
She needs a mic.
Once your mic, give it.
Wonderful poetry, wonderful stories. It was amazing to see some of y'all perform. I have a question for all of y'all. I know as a fellow poet, I'd consider myself a pragmatic writer. So hearing y'all, you got me tuned in. I loved every moment of it. So I appreciated the show and your writing and you just giving me this thought-provoking moment of understanding how I can expand my writing as well. So thank you, shout out to y'all, and the depth that you gave your writing. Now I'd like to know with your writing, does it give you, well, I know it does, but does it give you a deeper sense of self? And with that, what have you learned about yourself through your writing?
I like that a lot. That was fun.
Thank you. Something I've always said personally is that I feel as if I've been blessed with a gift of putting words together that other people may not be able to do. Like you may not be able to put those feelings into words, but I can. And if I can do that and share it with the world and make you feel something, I feel like that's important. I feel like, not to get too deep, right? But like, I feel like my purpose is bringing people together. You know, I feel like we all have a purpose, and I feel like that's my purpose. So to be able to use my words, to be able to tell stories, to be able to have them be persona or personal, I definitely get a better sense of self of like, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. Like, it's not even like the applause, oh my God, that poem was so good. It's like the applause of like, yo, we had this experience together, and I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. So that's my message.
For me, and that's a great answer. I think he said a lot of things that I would like to say as well. But for me, a lot of it is about relatability. Oftentimes it's easy for writers. I feel like a lot of writers probably feel alone at times. So you take confidence in you confide in that paper. And it allows you to complete your thoughts. It allows you to complete your sentences, and that gives you a greater sense of self. But when other people resonate with that, when other people relate to it, it makes you feel like y'all connected, like you're not so alone in this world. So I think like that connectivity through words, through relatability, and that to me, that's like the highest compliment anybody can give anything that I do. Like I don't write to be barred up all the time. And I will sometimes just cause, but like relatability is the highest compliment anybody can give my work. And if they say, that helped me get through something, I felt like that at times, that's the highest compliment you can give my work. So relatability is the main thing in terms of that level of self-awareness, knowing that I don't feel alone in this world because other people feel the same way I feel sometimes.
So, okay, her question answers the question I didn't answer. No, so all my stuff is personal. Like 98% of it is personal. So I feel writing or poetry for me is protecting my petty. That's a great way to put it. Poetry protects my petty because there are a lot of situations that I've wrote about, a lot of which you heard today. It's like I could jump on Instagram and say some real reckless stuff, but then it's like, that reflects on my character. Like other people are looking at me crazy, and so like, all right, instead of doing that, how do I make it relatable, like these two said? How do I disguise it in a way that only the person that is involved know I'm talking about them, and then it still comes across as art? So it's like, oh, I got to be petty, but I'm classy at the same time. So I mean, that's how I approach it, because it's like, it's therapy for me, but instead of being selfish and just being like, oh, this situation is only about me, how do I make it, like Dee said, about other people that may not know how to articulate these feelings or may not know, how to say it without being petty. So.
So I learned a lot of stories are very relatable. Like I wasn't bullied, but I've been in a spot where like it's probably easier if somebody wasn't alive. Like not a bully, but in a sense. So I learned stuff about myself through these stories. Like I never been a stepdad. I don't even have any children, but I learned that you definitely should take your time meeting someone or at the beginning, because that could happen to you. So I learned writing these pieces. I learned what not to do, and yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. So I saw 2 more hands. I'm gonna take 2 more hands, and then I want to make sure everyone. Yeah, it was. No. Anyway, and then everyone will plug themselves, and then you guys have opportunity. Everyone will have opportunity to ask them more questions afterwards, personally. All right, cool. So let me get back here, and then you after that. All right, go ahead. So that section over there,
First one to answer.
invite them to, whose people's is that? Y'all come to every show. Y'all come to every show we do.
No.
Yeah, wait, does you need to ask that again? All right, they're clear, they're crystal. All right.
So I'm in a relationship, but she's not a poet, so I'm gonna pass it on.
Your man was, whoo.
So, my friends can tell you that I'm super competitive and I'm super not competitive in the same breath. So I've dated poets, but I've never made it a conversation to make it about poetry. Like I don't. Your poem is great. My poem is great. Cool. It's never been a competition or anything like that.
Any collaboration?
No. I'm better than all of, no.
No, he has to answer.
Gordon, have you ever been in a relationship with an artist? Gordon's never worked with me again.
I have been in a relationship with a poet. What was the part of the question?
So as I understand it, was it collaboration, competition?
Nah, you know,
and how? No, I'm not
there-
asking that
there-
part. That was I didn't ask it. They did.
there was no, we didn't work collaboratively. I think our styles was just a little different. I don't know if it's something that person wanted to explore. As far as the sex, I mean, yo, if you want to, you look at my resume, everybody happy. There's no other way to say that. Like, I would be remiss to say, like, and this is not me trying to sound braggadocious or something, but, you know, I've been doing gangster shit for a long time.
Yo, compared to him, you don't measure up.
I mean, listen, I just, you know.
It's a poem of his, just by the way, it's a poem.
For a long time, I'm good. Like, I'm very good in terms of that department. So, yeah, I just mean nobody unsatisfied. Nobody's gonna say that our sex wasn't lit. So, you know, and as far as that, it just felt like part of the relationship. When the feelings are real, it's always gonna feel heightened. I think, you know, there's a certain level of emotional vulnerability that might have added to the excitement in the bedroom. Of course, like that might be very well true, but I don't think that's exclusive to like poets or nothing like that. Then you know what? Let me not go. I'm been drinking. I'm not gonna say that next part. But yeah, you know, dating a poet was cool.
No.
Yo, straight up. Every
I've
time.
never dated a poet. I'm not in a relationship with a poet. I'm not listening to him. So, no,
Sharice, I'm so sorry. I will book you with half and half. All right, cool. All right, so you're welcome. Glad we got that one out. Gene. Yo, first and foremost, that question attacks our group chat. Yo, our group chat. Go ahead, Sharice.
No.
You know what? I'm not asking no more questions. We already know the answer is no.
But seriously, like, for me not being from here, I think I low-key have immunity from that. Because it's like, instead of being in the midst of everybody who, you know, have performed at, say, OMR, like, that's how I know you guys, or, like, you know, are at the Rose Garden, or, you know, you guys run in the same circles. So as your notoriety builds, ego naturally comes with that. I don't know nothing about that because I don't live here. So it's just like when I get, you know, flown out, whatever they say, whatever these kids say. But like, it's like when I do come out, the only thing in my head is me. Cause it's like, don't stop, right? Like they don't know you, and the only impression they have of you is what you're presenting in that moment. So yeah, I think I'm a mutant.
No, ego doesn't really affect me personally because I feel like, so being so new, it doesn't affect me because I'm on the come up, but it affects me in a sense where it's hard to get help because no one wants to help someone that's not no one, but not a lot of people are intimidated, like this guy trying to come and take my shine away or take my spot. So it's harder to get help, I feel like. But me personally, I don't feel like ego next to anyone. Like everybody's style is different. So the way I write is not the way you write. You write how you write, I write how I write. So it's not affecting me like that.
Honestly, I think ego only gets involved with my friends. That's it. Nah, And it's one of those things where it's like I've seen all the big name poets. I've been around them, and I'm kind of like, I love that for you, bro. You know what I mean? But I won't let anyone make me feel like they're better than me, or I need to change what I wanted to do, or anything like that. And I've been doing this for a long time, so I promise you, it's real when I say that. Like, it's kind of just like, cool. But when my friends get involved, it's more so, yo, I'm about to kill it. My man go up there and kill it. Now I'm like, I'm about to outdo you, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? That's the only time I can say my ego gets involved, but I'm more so like, it's a competitive amongst friends. You know, it's healthy. It's more so like I'm telling you about the car ride with Jerome. Like, we're not gonna talk about girls, but we're gonna talk about how I did better than him that night. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna say maybe. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So that's the only time I would say personally that my ego gets involved, but I'm always level-headed, where it's like, I believe that I'm this good, and I'm just gonna go show you guys, and I'm good with that.
I don't really have no ego in this space. Like I think poetry it's therapeutic for me. It's fun for me. It's healthy for me. When I started to feel that energy, it wasn't healthy. It made poetry not fun. It made this not fun. And we already have enough things that we have to do in our day-to-day lives that aren't fun. So like, I didn't want what I viewed as like my safe space to feel like I have to come in here and feel like this kind of way every time I look at all of these beautiful individuals who I'm actually like a fan of. Like, that shit, it's crazy. It's mind-boggling. Like, why am I going to hate on somebody? I'm actually a fan of your work. We actually inspire each other all the time. And if you like put your ego aside enough to understand that like that's actually how you feel about it, then you be all right. Like, this lineup, like Cloud ain't even go viral when me and Anubis had this conversation about having him on here. Like, sincerely, Sharice, I've told her that, like, you know, she been my poet crush since like 2020. Poetic Boy D, I'm forever grateful to this individual because like I really came up on his platform during the pandemic every day. Like, this guy really became my friend. And now when he wants to compete with me, sometimes I'll be like, yo, this feels weird. But like, given the context in which he says he only competes with his friends, now I feel honored by that. You know what I'm saying? So like, just to put it all in perspective, like, it's a beautiful thing. This art form is beautiful. And at the end of the day, like, poetry ain't rap. Nobody's out here making millions and millions and millions of dollars. There's not even a single poet out here doing that. Until one of us is doing that, we all have to do the service to each other to understand that we are building an art form. Like, until we do that, like, I'm down to compete with Cloud. Like, if it's 20 million on the line, listen, now we can really get competitive. But until we talking about that, what we talking about? There's enough opportunity for all of us out here, and I refuse to like put that energy in the air. It's all positive, it's all good, and it's all love. Absolutely.
Everyone, clap it up for our panel. So very briefly, just give your IG, plug something that you're doing. I will start because I'm going to. As I mentioned earlier, I have my one-man show I'm very excited about. And to the point of this question, though, for me, and it's similar to a combination of what Poetic and Gordon said, right? Like, I'm a person whose ego does get involved, but I feel like we create a community where we're not just competing with each other, but we're also supporting each other. When it's me, Poetic, and Rome, if one of us is falling off, we're not like, ha, we're winning. Like, no, bro, you got to get up on it. Are you working out, right? When Gordon was doing his platform, it's not a matter of ego like, it's his platform doing mine. It's like, yo, am I doing what I could do the best to help him, right? And vice versa, right? So it's about using that ego in a way that, so I have a quote, right? Goats travel in herds. So it means if you're the best by yourself, you can't be the best, right? Because goats literally travel in herds. So I'm glad and honored that I can be in a herd of these goats, amazing everyone right here. So clap it up for these goats right here. That said, my show is May 4th. I got flyers up there. You can follow me at the artist Anubis. Anubis, Anubis. Well, you got the microphone. Plug yourself. Let them know what you got going on.
Storyteller Gordon. The book will be out May 1st. The book will be out May 1st. Don't Speak for Me will be out May 1st. I'm also the founder of Form NYC. Give us a follow on Instagram. We do good work. We put events together. We do co-learning events for men. We do food drives. We do toy drives for the kids. Like, you know, I'm actually a whole person trying to be better in my community. So, definitely support me there. May 10th, I have a feature on the Rose Garden events. Gene is also a co-feature. Shout out to him. Otherwise, it's just dope poetry. You can follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube. It's Storyteller Gordon, StorytellerGordon. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool.
Storyteller sounds so cool when he say shit. It's just like, I didn't want to talk after that. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at poeticboy_D. Again, my book is already out. If anyone's interested, we got copies sitting over there. They're only $20.
Only $20. That's basically free.
So you should buy one so I don't have to take it home. And I got wristbands. Thanks.
I don't have any merch. No, yet.
But your book is coming. Your book is coming.
The book is coming. I am terrible at deadlines, so I'm not giving myself one, nor will I give you one, but it will be before the end of the year. Pieces of me will be available. Instagram is _OH. That's Kennedy. And yeah, the superstar.
All right. So speaking of that, it's only saying superstar because that stepdad story. I think I live. These people make me nervous. So I think I said 8 months. It's supposed to be 8 month. 8 month. I wanted to cover that. No, I'm covering it. No, but I gotta say because this story. Listen. Yeah, this is part of it. What was I gonna say about the story? And so it was an alternate ending too. Like a lot of people said the ending changed, and I wanted to just explain that too. Like, so one is an alternate ending, and then I continued the story. I was gonna just stop the story right there, but they wanted to hear more. I shouted out the shirts, Instagram, also Cloudy Poetry on Instagram. If you follow me, just hit me up so I can follow you back, cause like they've been saying, the video still is like it's hard to see the notifications from that, but not. I don't know why I even said that because now it sounds. Anyway, follow me. I will follow you back. Thank you.
What's your Instagram?
Also, Cloudy Poetry.
Yo, okay. All right. So once again, everyone, thank you guys very much. There's merch for sale over here. There's merch for sale in here. There's flyers over there. There's drinks. There's tacos for sale. Make sure shake a poet's hand. Thank you, everybody. Good night.